Kansi. Tapos niminen tenewaap mittagok. He pentosta megoma. Huhukegwana. Kegwana tsibei. Mamu eppia kota. Nanaskumet nawa pedostek. I'm so happy to see all of you here. To come and hear and discuss why we're gathered here. And it's because of our gifts that Creator gave us. I just want you to take a look at where's that picture? Take your eyes off me for a minute. One of the gifts our Creator gave us are the things that grow in our world that the Creator gave us. And let's look at this plant. We need to look after this plant. If it's in your home, it takes a whole family to look after this plant. If we don't look after it, the roots will die. The plant will die. I like using visuals because we're a visual learning people. So we need to remember that when we're working with our children. That's why it is very important that we remember the gifts that Creator gave us, our children. And it takes all of us to look after those children so they'll flourish like this plant, stand tall, and stand there with pride. This plant has a spirit as well, like our children have. We need to all work together to understand and to remember the importance of looking after those gifts. You know, a lot of times when we're in school, in our communities, we forget about the children. We have to remember not to do that. Long time ago, and this conference is about the past, present, and future. Long time ago, the elders, the parents, the aunts, uncles, the whole community looked after the child. They taught, they showed the children the 7 teachings. They didn't have to go in the classroom to learn those 7 teachings. The community was the role model for all of those. And we, as caregivers, teachers, have to remember that every day when we're in the community. We are the role models. We are the ones helping these children learn the language, the culture, so that they're proud of who they are. Right now, there's a disconnect in our communities between the children, the parents, the community, the elders. It's a lot of work to put aside those things that have taken those away. We need to work together, listen to each other, help each other, so we can have our children grow up with that solid foundation. The pride, take pride in who they are, so they'll have that sense of belonging, just like this plant we've seen. It belongs to Mother Earth. Mother Earth takes care of her. And we need to remember that Mother Earth is helping us We are the people that look after our children. Give them those things they need to grow up tall and with pride. Give them the language. Give them those teachings. Show them the teachings. Help them. And we have to remember that early childhood does not start in kindergarten and nursery. And I've said that before. We have to do it in the community with all the children. When we see the children, show them that love, that caring, that kindness, that sharing, respect. We're losing a lot of those teachings. We're not losing them, and we're just forgetting. We need to revive them. Light that fire. The fire of our culture, the language. When we teach the language, there's so much strength, so much pride, and so much belonging. And it shows the connection to Mother Earth, our families, our grandparents, the community. Yes, there are a lot of things that come along that disrupt that. And we all know what things those are. One of them was the residential school, the curriculum that we're so bound to. And I'm glad that Violet shared what they're putting together. We need to start being proud of those things. Use those things to teach our children. Show them. Take them out on the land. And it's taken us a while to include land-based in our communities. That's where the language starts. In the land, there's so much definition, so much culture, so much belonging in the language. And it's all out there for us to use. Creator put it there for us. And we don't have to spend any money to use those. They're gifts given to us to use as tools to raise our children. It's so sad sometimes for me when I look at how disconnected our children are. And by working together and using the tools that Creator gave us to teach our children, we're going to have children that are able to grow up with pride, the confidence, the desire to be able to do what they have to do to help in this world. They have gifts. Those gifts are very important. We can't forget those. We were given gifts by the Creator. Our gifts are our children, and we have to be the ones to look after them. Let's work together, share. Like Violet mentioned, we don't have the provincial system or the European system doesn't include the tools that we need to help our children flourish and become the strong Cree, Ojibwe, Dene, Inuit, Uji Cree, all these different Dene. See, these are like plants. We're all different. These plants do not ignore each other, they help each other. And I like making comparisons, and I like using the trees. They all help each other. The roots stand strong. They all share that earth. They're all different, but they're all there standing tall, being proud of who they are, what they are. And we need to do that with our children. Sure, there are differences in children, but we all have to work together to help them understand those differences. And we were given differences for a reason. And we need to explain that to our children so that they respect each other, love each other, be kind. And I like using humor too, and we need to use a lot of that with our children. When they see that, their spirits light up. They can relax. So we have to remember humor, learning through play is very important. I always had so much trouble with the classroom setting. Oh, by the way, I don't work for the Head Start. I work in the school. I meant to correct our MC earlier, but I forgot. When you get old, you start forgetting things. But anyway, we're here to all work together and share our ideas of how to help our children become the proud Native children they are, and how important they are. They're our leaders in the future. I remember my grandpa, he always referred to the unborn. And that's why we're here also. To set the path for the unborn so they can grow up with a language like we did in my time. I grew up with a language, and I'm very blessed to have had that opportunity to grow up with our language, because our languages are so phonetic. And we make a transition to that English. And now the children have so much problem with English because of that. We need to really push our children to learn the language, know their culture, know what each thing on this earth represents. We have medicines. They need to learn those. We're losing that as well. The animals, the seasons. We learned that when I was growing up as a little girl. So we need to give those gifts back to our little ones so that they can hold all those teachings, those gifts, and give it to the ones that are unborn. How much time do I have? So I'm really, and we really need to be more vocal and work together about our little ones so that they get the support and the teachings that we owe them. And we do owe them because we are the ones that are looking after them, just like that plant. Your family looks after that plant, providing the water, the food for that plant. And our children need all those things, the food, the language, the community. And by working together, getting together in groups like this, we really, really have to work harder, not give up. I know it's hard out there, but believe with the help of the one that gives us life, we can do it. Let's make a good path, a good life. Minoyawin minomati suwin for our children. Hey, go say.